Morning, this is the lecture number 24 and the unit number 3, the properties of hardened concrete, that is properties and testing of hardened concrete. At the end of this lecture, you can able to understand testing of hardened concrete types and their classification, and we will discuss on the destructive test of concrete in this lecture, uh, and that is the finding out the compressive strength. So you can see here test on hardened concrete, because we are considering that concrete is a compression member. So generally compressive strength we are considered as a strength of your concrete. We have learned this in previous classes. And different properties of hardened concrete we have seen: the modulus of elasticity, their strength, their flexural strength, their relationship in tensile strength. All these things we have seen and we will see further also. Now in this lecture, because to know the strength of any material, you have to conduct test on it. So there are two types of tests in the for the concrete also. You can see it is divided into mainly two types: destructive testing and non-destructive testing. It is also called as NDT. Non-destructive tests, they are also called as NDT. Now, if you divide the destructive test of concrete nowadays, commonly we know that we are testing as a to find the compressive strength of your concrete. You are finding on the flexural strength of concrete on the beam uh, specimen, and tensile strength of concrete, spreading tensile strength on concrete. Uh, this is also the destructive test. Similarly, many other tests are destructive tests, such as bond test. We are conducting to know the bonding properties of your concrete, and many other tests of crushing of your concrete or the specimen. They are called as the destructive test on the concrete. Similarly, if you will say that the non-destructive testing on the concrete, they are also classified and many categories are there. I have discussed here four. That is, to know the surface hardness, we are conducting the rebound hammer test. To know the quality of your concrete, how dense it is, we are conducting ultrasonic pulse velocity test. To know the bond strength, we are conducting pull out test, and impact echo test also we are conducting on the concrete. And many such uh, tests we are done to know the quality and strength of your concrete required for different conditions and uh, locations. There are other destructive testing, maybe core tests. You are taking the sample of core after the casting of the concrete member, maybe from the column, beam, or slab. Other non-destructive tests also we can do as per uh, the requirement, that is rebar locator, and many such tests are available and we can go for that. Okay, so I am recording your attendance only students are there, no issue. And also I am sharing you the video lectures. If later you can use and see. सुमित आहिरे थोड़ा टाइप पर ज्वाइन कीजिए बेटा. So generally destructive test we are conducting on the compression testing machine. Generally we call it as a CTM. Now this photograph is the compression testing machine of digital. In our college we have the CTM of about capacity of 200 ton. So you can see the strength we are finding out after the crushing of the equipment or after the failure of equipment under the load by destruction. It is called as destructive testing. Okay, and non-destructive testing we will see later on. The compressive strength of concrete generally, because we are finding out generally the compressive strength because the strength in compression is very large of your concrete and strength of concrete is very small in a tension. So in tension the strength of concrete is very less. So generally if you say strength of concrete, that is compressive strength of concrete. So you are seeing that under this compression testing machine you are seeing the plates, two plates holding the specimen at center. Okay, so the load is uniformly applied to the specimen and the pressure, how much pressure it will take before crushing, the maximum load is recorded, and when we divide with the cross section area then we will get the compressive strength of that uh, tube or cylinder, that is called as compressive strength of your concrete. So, induces variation in results, standard test conditions. It is described in IS 516. So this is the experiment. So it is given in the Indian Standard number 516 by the Bureau of Indian Standard, New Delhi. Another test also suggested by the Bureau of Indian Standard by using the beam specimen for testing in the compression. So from bottom and from top we are applying the load on the surface, and that is nothing but the uniaxial compression because the force or load is applied only one direction. So here you can see the dimension difference are there. The width is large as compared to the depth. If you put like this or other, you put vertically, then the H by D ratio will be different. So generally compression test we are finding on applying the pressure from bottom and top to the specimen. So this may be called as the end condition because we are applying the load from only one direction. No, only one direction is only through one axis only you can see. That's why it is called as uniaxial compression. एक डायरेक्शन में अप्लाई करो. So this will come at different end condition capping. So end of test specimen shall be truly plain to avoid stress concentration due to the reduction in effective contact area, lowering of the apparent strength. आपको मालूम है कि हम डिस्ट्रक्टिव टेस्ट के लिए साइट पर या लैबोरेटरी में हम लोग क्यूब कास्ट करते हैं, है ना, क्यूब बनाते हैं। तो दिस cubical specimen you can see this we are casting, they have 3 dimension you can see, and each dimension of cube is 150 by 150 by 150 mm, है ना। तो जब हम कास्टिंग करते हैं तो मोल्ड के आपके देखिए ये बॉटम का साइड है, ये 2 साइड हैं और ये 2 साइड है, तो 5 साइड से आपका मोल्ड फिक्स है। लेकिन एक साइड जो टॉप का साइड हमारे मोल्ड का होता है वो ओपन होता है, जहाँ से हम लोग कास्टिंग करते हैं और फिर टॉवल से हम उसको लेवल करते हैं। तो जब भी हम टेस्ट करेंगे तो सरफेस ऑफ दैट टॉप लेवल शुड बी स्मॉल एंड डज नॉट रिक्वायर कैपिंग result. So surface of when we cast it should be very small and smooth. The difference is attributed to lateral expansion of capping material and concrete. तो क्या होता है कि जनरली जब हम लोड अप्लाई करते हैं, आप देख रहे हैं कि अगर हम वन एक्सिस से लोड अप्लाई अगर कर रहे हैं तो इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज यूनिएक्सियल टेस्टिंग। तो हमारे जो क्रैक्स हैं पैरेलल टू दिस लाइन दे आर क्रिएटिंग in both direction in uniaxial compression testing machine. So generally we are testing on the uniaxial compression testing machine. तो हम देखेंगे कि यूनिएक्सियल टेस्टिंग मशीन हम 2 साइड से ही ओनली प्रेशर हम अप्लाई करते हैं, उसको क्या बोलेंगे हम लोग यूनिएक्सियल कॉम्प्रेशन। इसी तरह अगर हमारा होल्डिंग 2 साइड की जगह अगर 4 साइड से है, हम अगर लोड अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज बायएक्सियल टेस्टिंग मशीन, है ना। और अगर हम तीनों डायरेक्शन से 6 फेसेस हमारे क्यूब के होते हैं और उस पर हम कॉम्प्रेशन अगर अप्लाई करते हैं तो दे आर कॉल्ड एज ट्राई एक्सियल कॉम्प्रेशन मशीन। तो जनरली टू नो द कॉम्प्रेशन स्ट्रेंथ वी नीड ट्राई एक्सियल। अब आप देखिए कि जो फेलुअर होता है यूनिएक्सियल टेस्टिंग मशीन में कैसे होता है, लेटरल एक्सपांशन की वजह से कि हम प्रेशर एक तरफ से अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, दो तरफ से आपका स्पेसिमेशन क्या है, ओपन है। आप यहाँ पर देखिए मशीन के अंदर ये टॉप और बॉटम सिर्फ आपका मशीन में इट इज़ अप्लाइंग द प्रेशर ऑन द टॉप एरिया एंड द बॉटम एरिया। अदर एरियाज this one, this one, this side and back side of this are laterally there is no restraint। तो क्या होता है आपका जब ब्रेकिंग जब लोड अप्लाई करते हैं तो साइड से आपका मटेरियल एक्सपांड होने की कोशिश करता है और बॉन्डिंग छोड़ता है। तो इसकी वजह से क्या होगा कि आपका जो ये कंक्रीट है ये पैरेलल क्लैप्स डेवलप करता है 2 डायरेक्शन में, जो 2 डायरेक्शन में आपके लोड नहीं है इन यूनिएक्सियल टेस्टिंग मशीन। इसी तरह अगर बाय एक्सियल टेस्टिंग मशीन है तो एक साइड से आप 2 साइड से आपका ओपनिंग है, 2 एक्सिस पे सॉरी 1 एक्सिस से ओपनिंग है, तो आपका एक डायरेक्शन में पैरेलल क्रैक्स किसी भी एक डायरेक्शन में डेवलप शुरू होगा, है ना, दोनों डायरेक्शन में नहीं होगा। इस डायरेक्शन में नहीं होगा अगर आपका बायएक्सियल टेस्ट। और आइडियली अगर हम बोलें कॉम्प्रेशन टेस्ट तो तीनों साइड से हमको देना पड़ेगा। तो फेलुअर क्यों होता है कि हायर पॉइजन रेशियो टू मॉडुलस ऑफ इलास्टिसिटी will restrict the concrete less and therefore the strength will be lower। जैसे कि हम यहाँ लोड अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो ये 2 साइड से कोई रिस्ट्रेंट नहीं है, तो उसके पॉइजन इफेक्ट से अगर पॉइजन रेशो टू द मॉडुलस ऑफ इलास्टिसिटी जैसे म्यू अपॉन ई this ratio is less, then the strength of your concrete will be less. So it depends on the end condition. So higher the new to E indices induces higher lateral movement. Softer and weak material has higher expansion and their lateral expansion is more than that of your concrete. So that's why the failure is up. The higher expansion increases lateral strain in the concrete and cracks are developed parallel to the load grows rapidly leading to failure under the lower load. इस तरह आपका एक्सपांशन दो डायरेक्शन में होता है अगर यूनी एक्शियल टेस्टिंग है और बाय एक्शियल टेस्टिंग है तो एक डायरेक्शन में आपका एक्सपेंशन होगा यानी बोथ फेसेस पर तो दैट्स व्हाई दिस occurs as a fault. For strong capping material result is opposite. The capping material that is using for the test here you can see these plates. These plates you can tell as a capping material. So you can see the top plate on the UTA, CTM and the bottom plate they are made of steel and stronger material than the concrete is used to find the capping. So side that is also affect the strength of your concrete itself. Then the end pad platens of the machine produces same effect as strong capping material that is lower mu to U level. Plate restrict the movement and increases apparent strength. तो जितना हार्ड मटेरियल है that will reduce the movement and the strength will be good. The degree of restraint depends on the friction between the plates and concrete surface. Also, it depends on the friction between the plates and the concrete surface. For every low is restraint capping material, the difference is quite evident from cracking pattern. तो डेफिनेटली कि आप कौन सा कैपिंग मटेरियल को that will be affect. So capping from the top and bottom of your specimen you can say we are putting and generally we are using steel for testing of this. तो जब हम लोड अप्लाई करते हैं यूनिएक्सियल टेस्टिंग मशीन में तो वी आर अप्लाइंग द लोड. So what happened? We are applying the load. There is compression from top and bottom, and concrete is good in compression. लेकिन these lateral sides are open. So lateral deformations are developing the parallel cracks in the direction of loads, and these cracks leads to the failure of your specimen, and the failure load is recorded. Similarly, you can see here the compressive strength test failure cube. फेल होने के बाद ये पैरेलल लाइंस हमारे बनते हैं आइडियल लाइन और फिर इस तरह से ब्रेकेज होता है. It is when the blast is occurred and total failure is done. You can see the pyramid, two pyramid you will get after the testing at top and bottom. You see here this type of failure. It is the Adwell failure, that is if uniaxial testing machine on two sides you are getting the parallel cracks on the specimen. It is very good. This pattern you are appearing with is ideal failure for your concrete. If the failure is explosive, then sudden failure will occur because it is a brittle material concrete. So then it is used for servo control motors to get good graph. Otherwise, the brittle failure and you are not getting the good stress strength relationship. So here you can see this type of pyramid of the failure is explosive destruction is there. If non-explosive destruction is there or failure is there, then you will get this type of patterns or this type of pattern for your non-explosive failure of your concrete cube. And your uniaxial testing machine, uniaxial compression testing machine only. Similar test when we done on the cylindrical specimen, the failure is somewhat. Here also you can see the pyramids are forming and failure is occur, and this is the pattern you can see on the failure surface of cylinder. So generally in India we are using the cube compressive strength, but in European countries, UK, US, and they are adopting the cube cylindrical strength as their criteria for the compressive strength of concrete. The ratio of the height to diameter in case of cylinder is 2, and in case of cube it is 1, because the size of mold from all side in cube is equal, but in cylinder the diameter is uh, half the diameter height of the cylinder, or you can say the height of cylinder is twice the diameter in case of cylinder equipment. Then you see the H by D ratio, this height to depth or height to diameter ratio of specimen, they will affect the strength of your concrete. You can see here, as we are increasing the height to diameter ratio, your rate of strength is decreasing. And they will meet at one point, you can see here. So this pattern is observed when the height to diameter ratio of your specimen is increasing. है ना? If it decrease, the strength is increasing. है ना? And if it is increasing the height to diameter ratio, the strength is decreasing. This pattern you will see on the graph. So therefore, generally we are considering the height to depth ratio is 1, or they the American standard, that is ASTM, British code, and this IS code, they are applying the correction factor we are using other than the cylindrical specimen. Okay, तो अगर आपका H by D रेशो 2 है, जनरली सिलेंडर का 2 होता है H by D रेशो, तो नो नीड ऑफ करेक्शन need for the cubicle if you are testing on the cubicle specimen. But H by D ratio if 1.75, then this correction factor are suggested by different code. ASTM 0.99, BS British code is suggested 0.98, and Indian standard code is suggested 0.97. If the H by D ratio, generally the cube is 1, then the correction factor suggested by the STM is 0.91, BS is 0.92, and IS code is 0.89. So these correction factors can be applied as per the height to depth ratio of your specimen for testing of the cubical specimen. Now we'll see this specimen affect the strength of concrete. Long crack initiate fractures are rare. The height is larger. In larger specimens, one is likely to find a longer crack, thus lower strength result. तो जितना हाइट टू डेप्थ रेशो आपका ज़्यादा रहेगा, स्ट्रेंथ आपकी कम आएगी. दैट इज नोन एक्सपेरिमेंटल. The experimental data for cylinder exhibits reduction in strength compared to WOP 50 mm cubical specimen. तो इसके लिए हमने यहाँ पर करेक्शन फैक्टर्स. Similar result for cube are also observed if your diameter are less. Also, the size of specimen also affect the strength of your cube, है ना? अगर इस साइज ऑफ क्यूब आपका 70 mm है, जनरली कितने mm का लेते हैं हम लोग? 100 mm बाय, या तो 150 mm बाय 150 mm 150 mm का क्यूब लेते हैं. इफ योर एग्रीगेट साइज इज 20 mm, है ना। तो फैक्टर ऑफ रिलेटिव स्ट्रेंथ इज 1, लेकिन हम क्यूब का साइज अगर स्मॉल लेते हैं तो रिलेटिव स्ट्रेंथ इट विल गिव 1.1 टाइम्स। इट इज अप्रूव्ड बाय एक्सपेरिमेंटली। और अगर हम साइज ऑफ स्पेसिमेन बढ़ा देते हैं तो रिलेटिव स्ट्रेंथ विल गेट लेस as compared to the 100 and 150 mm sample. It is reducing and it is increasing it, decrease the size of space. So size of specimen or cube size also affect the strength. If you will go further larger 300 by 300 mm cube, again the further in, decrease in the relative strength as compared with the 150 mm cube. Then your rate of loading of strength it is also affected. Higher loading rate yield higher strength. Assuming strain criteria for failure, ultimate strain is attained earlier at a lower rate of loading due to creep. तो हायर लोडिंग रेट यील्ड हायर स्ट्रेंथ, क्योंकि रेट ऑफ लोडिंग यानी जो रेट ऑफ लोडिंग से हम अप्लाई कर रहे हैं लोड, कितने मिनट में कितना लोड इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं, कितना प्रेशर हम इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज रेट ऑफ लोडिंग। तो अगर लोअर रेट ऑफ लोडिंग है तो हमको स्ट्रेंथ कम मिलती है, अर्लियर फेलुअर होता है। और अगर हायर लोडिंग रेट है तो हमको ऐसा लगता है कि स्ट्रेंथ हमारी ज़्यादा हमको मिल रही है। तो दैट्स वाई rate of loading also affect the strength of test of your specimen. So that should be kept in mind. तो अब यहाँ देखेंगे रेट ऑफ लोडिंग अगर हम बढ़ा रहे हैं, here rate of loading 10⁻³ 10⁻⁴, 10 into 10⁻⁴, and 20, then 30 and 40, and likewise if you are increasing, then you can see here the strength are increasing if you are increasing the rate of loading. So this pattern of graph shows that as we are increasing the rate of loading, our strength is increasing. So you can see the difference, very too much difference is there. Here अगर आपकी स्ट्रेंथ यहाँ पर 1 है तो यहाँ आपको मिल रही है 2.4 or 2.3 something if the rate of loading is higher. So rate of loading also affect on the test equipment. तो टेस्ट स्पेसिमेंस और CTM मशीन पर अगर हम लोडिंग रेट बढ़ाते हैं तो दैट विल बी द रेट ऑफ लोडिंग एंड इट इज इंक्रीजिंग। तो किस तरह हम टेस्ट करते हैं हमारा स्पेसिमेन, वी विल सी द वीडियो एंड वी विल स्टॉप, वी विल सी द वीडियो फर्स्ट। How we are using the compression testing machine. To know the compressive strength of tube. This is recorded in our college only. It is a digital compression testing machine that is pretty display is digital, and uh, this is 200-ton capacity. You can see here FCT from file manufacturing. This is emergency knob. This is start button, and this is the load applying knob, and this is the load release knob. Okay, so when we open this knob, the load is released. When we open, load is applied to the specimen, and this is available on internet. You can this is our lab in Maulana Mukhtar Ahmed Nadi Technical Campus. So that is the sample that we are doing. Road release wall, load applying wall. The specimen is fixed. While testing, both knobs should be closed, and start off button is there. The specimen is now we are releasing the knob. The load is applying. Load is increasing on the dial gauge. You can see digitally. The, this is load is increasing till the failure. The load is increasing, and you can adjust the load applying rate also. As the failure will occur, the automatically it will stop. The machine will stop, and you will see the result at their applying. There is cracking is appearing. You can see the surface, and then the it will all automatically it will stop. Then we release the release valve, and the pressure is coming down, and you can see the result on the digital display. So you can see here the result will happen. have seen how to test the specimen on the compression testing machine. So this is nothing but the destructive test we have seen on the concrete specimen. So this is your lecture today on destructive testing of your specimen, cubical or cylindrical specimen. So this is the outcome of today's lecture. We have fulfilled the testing of hardened concrete, their types and classification, destructive and non-destructive, and their types also we have seen. And the destructive test on concrete we have seen in detail, and inshallah next lecture we will see more about the other test, destructive test and the non-destructive testing on the concrete specimen or the surfaces. So thank you for joining today, and we will continue in next lecture. So we'll stop today. Thanks. I will share you the lecture material on the Google Classroom. If you are not joined the Google Classroom, please join the Google Classroom.